Today we are crossing the Sea of Moyle from Ballycastle to Rathlin Island, so let's start the show! So we're starting off at Ballycastle Harbour and we are booked onto the 1 o'clock sailing on the Kintra 2. Now there are two vessels that go to Rathlin. The Kintra 2 is the smaller of the two and it is for passengers only. The larger vessel is the Spirit of Rathlin, and that is the one that we are scheduled to return to Ballycastle on later today. So we're going to get a taste of both ferries. And although it may not look like it, we're actually filming this in summer and we are on summertime table A. So here we are, the 1300 Kintra, due to arrive at Rathlin at 1:30. There's a good piece of advice outside the ticket office. It says, going to Rathlin, you will need cash to get the bus. So there it is, Paul, Rathlin Island in the distance. It's about 6 miles from Ballycastle. Online it said that we should be here about half an hour before, so it's just before 12:30, and the sign at the top said that the Kintra 2 leaves from the second green gate.
Yes.
So there are people getting off a boat. It says Kintra, but confusingly there is also a private tour company called Kintra, so we're not sure if that's our boat or the other one. We'll just have to find out when we get down here. So there's a sign here saying Kintra Boat Tours departs from the outer harbour down here. Well, that's not what we're on. So this is proving to be quite confusing. We just asked a very helpful crew member whether the boat that we see here, which is it's just called Kintra, is the correct one, and it is. This is the ferry to Rathlin. The queue that's in front of us is for the Kintra Boat Tour, and the crew member said, I was saying, you know, this is a bit confusing, isn't it? Because you've got the Kintra 2, which is the name of the boat for the ferry company, and then you've got Kintra Boat Tours. But he says it's all the umbrella company, is the same, but it does need better signage. We're about to get on board. It's raining a little bit, so I'm thinking it's probably better to sit inside. We're on board now. We've decided to come inside because there is a risk of showers.
Yes.
And it's also going to be quite windy, I think. Now this is certainly different from the boat that I took to Rathlin the last time, where it was a really old, battered vessel and some people were feeling rather ill. It is a passenger only ferry. It's quite small, but they do have a toilet on board.
Life rafts, life buoys, man overboard and life-float equipment are stored on top of the cabin. In the event of an emergency, you will hear 7 short blasts on the ship's whistle. We ask that you follow cruise instructions at all times. Thank you for your attention, and please sit back and enjoy the trip.
What did you think of that, Paul?
I'm all soaked.
It was a rather bumpy ride, yes, very, very choppy on board this small vessel, smallish vessel. And of course, the water was splashing from this tarpaulin here. And your shoes and socks are completely wet. And you had your bag on the floor as well, and it got wet too. Well, at least we didn't need one of these on board.
Just no.
So we've got a sign here pointing to some of the places of interest. Very important toilets, only 200 yards away. The visitor centre, a quarter of a mile, and there are walking trails, 1 mile. There's also some lighthouses that you can visit, but you really would need a car or to go on one of the bus tours. We're just going to be walking around. We've got 3 hours here until our ferry back, so we're just going to see as much as we can. It is rather windy as well. And I was just thinking, it's just as well that we didn't have our lunch before we left, otherwise we might have left it on board. Don't be a drip. Subscribe to It's Paul and Marcus on YouTube. So that's the Kintra 2. You can actually see there was a 2 on it, but it's been sort of wiped out. And if you'd sat outside, you would have been completely soaked. Nobody was sitting outside today. So we've got the Manor House, which has got breakwater studio, arts, crafts and gifts. And it's a lovely little harbour, I have to say. Lots of fishing boats as well, trawlers, as well as the tour boats as well. What's so funny?
My foot. It's completely wet, this one. Oh my god, it's like soaked. Oh my god. It's like so bad. It is so laughable.
I do love a post box, and I have to say this is quite amusing. So it says the last collection time, Monday to Friday, is at 11:45 a.m. on Saturday at 8:15 a.m. But it says a later collection is made at 6 p.m. from the post box at Coleraine Delivery Office. So if you missed the post, you could always take the ferry over to Ballycastle and then get a bus to Coleraine and post your letter. What's this, Paul?
I guess this is stitching. What is this type of stitching called?
It's crochet, I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
crochet. It's a very nice symmetrical pattern.
Well, it's a cozy for the lamppost.
You do like your own lamppost, right?
Oh yeah. Here comes the bus. Cash only, it said on the sign in Ballycastle. There they go. So if you want to get fit, you could use the outdoor gym. Right, we've found the toilet, so I think we should probably use that. So you've got the little mini gym there, and also this lovely little beach with more boats out in the distance. Was this a water fountain? Oh dear.
Oops.
Yeah. Oh, Paul is drying his socks in the toilet, so I'm going to take a little walk down onto the beach here. I can smell the seaweed, it's lovely. Rathlin Island, Northern Ireland's only inhabited offshore island, lies just off the Antrim coast from Ballycastle. Roughly 6 miles long and a mile wide, this L-shaped gem is steeped in history, natural beauty and vibrant community life. Carved from prehistoric volcanic activity, Rathlin features dramatic limestone and basalt cliffs rising about 70 metres above the sea. Part of the Antrim Coast and Glens area of outstanding natural beauty, it offers sweeping views across the Sea of Moyle towards Scotland. Rathlin is a vital special area of conservation, hosting tens of thousands of seabirds, including puffins, guillemots, razorbills, kittiwakes and fulmars, with about 250,000 seabirds breeding in summer. Inhabited for over 8,000 years, the island has Iron Age forts. The remains of Rathlin Castle, a 13th century structure linked to Robert the Bruce, and heritage associated with Viking raids. A celebrated legend tells how Robert the Bruce was inspired here, watching a spider's perseverance in a coastal cave now called Bruce's Cave. But the shoe's not.
Well, it's not that bad, the shoes right now, but I think that there were like maybe 3 or 4 people that came in during that time. Oh my god, but I think that I would have been so bitchy otherwise if I didn't dry it, because I get cranky when my feet are wet.
I really like the look of the houses here. They look so nice, so cozy and everything. Maybe we should consider moving to Rathlin. Look, Paul, there's a nice hare there. Do you know what this is? Well, that's Rathlin. That's the shape of Rathlin.
Oh, right.
It's an L. And this is the what's on board.
So I guess they will say what is up and coming for the week ahead or something.
Well, it's nothing at the minute, and it's the end of June, even though it's really windy. You wouldn't think that.
No.
But nothing's on at the moment, yes. Well, the Visitor Information Office looks as though it is open. Yeah, there's quite a crowd gathering over there.
And there is the island treasures.
Oh yes, gifts and souvenirs.
So maybe we go there.
And also, yes, and also the post office. So if you wanted to send yourself a postcard, you could. Well, there were displays about the history of Rathlin at the Visitor Information Centre, and there were boards showing the population over the years. It declined from a high of about 310 in 1910 down to 108 in the 80s, 90s and 2000s, but it is now rising again, and it currently stands at about 140. No, let's see if the telephone works. Oh gosh, the door's really stiff. Oh! Oh! Right. Yes, there is indeed a dial tone. So that's good to know. I've just seen a notice in the phone box, and it says that it's time to remove this payphone. We find that not enough people use it to justify keeping it, so we've stopped the service ahead of taking the payphone away completely. But there is still a ringtone for now. It's still a ringtone.
Is it gonna go bye-bye?
Well, it says that they've stopped the service ahead of taking the phone away completely, but there's still a ringtone, so I don't know. Well, we've got the phone box, the post office was there, Island Treasures, and the Royal Mail delivery van is here as well. find shelter, Paul, and I think I found it. It's the only place on the island that's going to give us shelter in these conditions. The Kelp House. The morning wind and cries of the sails echo through the remains of this kelp store. The walls are a reminder of the importance of seaweed, kelp, to the island community throughout the 18th and 19th centuries. Burnt kelp, in demand for valuable chemicals, was stored here before being shipped to Scotland. Years later, the building became a venue for music, drama and dance, and remains a special part of the islanders' heritage. There's no roof on it, Paul, so I don't know how much shelter we're actually going to be able to get. But we can see. Let's have a look. There might be somewhere to shelter down here. I'm fascinated by these pods. They're run by Rathlin Island. Pod area for residents only. Please respect this. I think it's a fantastic idea to have this sort of accommodation on the island. On a day like this, I'm sure that they feel as though they're being blown away. I bet they're really cozy inside, to be honest. Italian Guglielmo Marconi, known as the father of radio, oversaw experiments crucial to the development of modern telecommunications here on Rathlin, with the erection of an 80-foot aerial by the East Lighthouse to communicate with Ballycastle Harbour. The first commercial wireless signal in the world was recorded on the 6th of July 1898. Marconi was awarded a Nobel Prize for Physics in 1909. When Richard Branson's huge hot air balloon Virgin Atlantic Flyer, the first to cross the Atlantic, crash-landed in Rathlin waters, it was local man Tommy Cecil who came to the rescue. Richard Branson later donated £25,000 towards a speedy rescue craft and the restoration of the manor house and the tithe barn, which is now known as the Richard Branson Centre. I like the name of this vessel, Misbehavin'. Well, unfortunately, the church is closed today. There's one thing I've noticed on Rathlin, there are abandoned vehicles everywhere. We're about to take the ferry back, and at the car park, there's this car which has just been left. So you can see like the windows open, the wing mirror is all broken. It's even got the rope that it was pulled with to get here. Flat tires. Yeah, it's in a pretty poor state and it's just been left. guys, we're on board and hopefully we will get back to Ballycastle in one piece tonight.
Well, it is certainly filling up now, and it is about 4:59 at the moment, so we should be heading off soon.
Yes, and there are seats downstairs as well in a closed part.
I think that they might be taken.
Oh right, well anyway, it's going to be pretty breezy up here. Well, it was choppy, but not as choppy as the journey over to Rathlin. Well, we hope that you have enjoyed today's episode.
Yes, for those of you that have liked today's episode, give us a thumbs up. For those of you that have not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button. And for those of you that want to leave a comment, you can do so as well.
And if you'd like to buy us a coffee to help us along the way, there is a link in the description. And we'll see you next time.
Cheerio,
Bye. I think we're the last ones to get off. Yeah, we are.